Want to experience a true suburban nightmare where your TV becomes a portal to the supernatural realm? Ready to face malevolent spirits that target your family? Enter Poltergeist, when terror unfolds in the heart of the suburbs. Poltergeist is a 1982 American supernatural horror film directed by Tobe Hooper. The film is notable for its collaboration with producer Steven Spielberg, which combined Hooper's direction with Spielberg's creative influence. The story revolves around the Freeling family, who live a seemingly peaceful life in a suburban neighborhood. However, their home is soon plagued by increasingly disturbing and supernatural occurrences. These phenomena escalate, leading the family to discover that their house was built on an old cemetery, and malevolent spirits are targeting their youngest daughter, Carol Ann, played by Heather O'Rourke. Poltergeist is celebrated for its innovative use of practical effects and memorable scenes, including the iconic moment when Carol Ann communicates with the spirits through a static-filled television. The film blends suspense, horror, and supernatural elements, creating a sense of both wonder and terror. Poltergeist remains a beloved classic in the horror genre and is noted for its ability to tap into universal fears related to the home and family. Its combination of eerie storytelling and groundbreaking effects has solidified its place in cinematic history, and it continues to be a celebrated and influential work in the world of horror cinema. Alright, so the very first thing I want to address about this movie is it's rated PG. PG! I was on Hulu or Max or whatever I just watched this on. I was so sure it was a typo. I was like, this has got to be rated R, PG-13 at least. So initially this movie was rated R, which is what I thought, but Steven Spielberg and Tobe Hooper ended up petitioning that basically and said, hey, this doesn't really deserve the R rating that you gave it. PG. Anyway, so I have two favorite scenes that I'll talk about in this movie. The first scene I want to talk about is a scene that happens a little bit before Carol Ann gets taken by the TV people. So Carol Ann and her mother are in the kitchen, and her mother notices that all of the chairs at the kitchen table have been pulled out from the table. So the mother doesn't really think too much about it. She's like, did you do this? And Carol Ann's like, nah, I didn't do it. And so the mother just pushes the chairs back in. So the mother goes about her business, turns her back to the table, and is doing something in the kitchen. When she turns back around, she sees all of the chairs are suddenly stacked up on the table like a pyramid. And of course she's like, what the fuck? And Carol Ann's like, the TV people. This is a Tuesday for me, I don't know. So I found out that that was actually shot as a one take, so there is actually an Easter egg in that scene where everyone in the crew was rushing to stack up those chairs on the table like a pyramid. Very briefly, you can see one of the crew in the reflection in the toaster. Just a little cool thing I found out about and I thought I would share with you. The second scene I want to talk about is also before Carol Ann gets taken by the TV people. So it's the scene where Carol Ann's dad gets back from work and the mom cannot wait to show him this cool new party trick they've got, this cool new thing that their house randomly started doing, and that is one of the kitchen chairs going from one point in the kitchen to another point in the kitchen, which is pretty cool, right? That's cool, that's nice, that's an inanimate object that doesn't matter, it's not one of your children. But then she puts her child in the area where the chair was, and she puts a helmet on her head and lets whatever force this is, they have no idea what this is, move her child from one point of the kitchen to the other point of the kitchen. Is it any surprise that this child is the one that basically got abducted by the ghosts of the house? This lady gave the demon permission to move her body. What? So why would you do that? Why would you ever do that? I know it's easy to be like, if that were me, I'd do it differently. But if that were me, I would do it differently. If I had a kiddo and this weird shit was happening in the house and it seemed to be calling to her specifically, I'd be like, hey baby girl, let's get the fuck out of here, what? Another noteworthy scene is a little bit after Carol Ann gets abducted by the TV people. So her family opens her bedroom door and they see just basically all of the things in the room. All of the contents of the room are flying and spinning around, including this really fucking creepy clown that was proven to be malevolent. This is not just me hating clowns like I do. But yeah, that was a really cool scene and I'd be really curious to know how they filmed it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe, comment below. I love hearing from you, and I'll see you tomorrow.